Let's start. Karl Kraus once said, corruption is worse than prostitution. The latter might endanger the morals of an individual. The former invariably endangers the moral of the entire country. This applies for every country and government on the surface of the planet. Malaysia, despite being an independent state for the past 6 decades, we all have to admit that our country is still not giving its best. Economically, politically, socially, smaller countries can do much better than us with lesser resources. If you ask me why, I can blame nothing but corruption. From the famous 1MDB scandal, which was labeled as the world's biggest theft by Al Jazeera, or Tabung Haji's 9 billion ringgit shortfall. I repeat, Tabung Haji's 9 billion ringgit shortfall, which costed the hard-earned savings of 9 million Malaysian Muslims, and the most recent Sheraton move, which led to an unwanted shift of power in the Malaysian parliament. If you ask me why, I can blame nothing but corruption. A country that once used to be the Asian tiger is now seen as Asia's biggest laughingstock. And we have always practiced the habit of blaming politicians or the civil authorities for that. But we must think. We as common people, besides sitting down and complaining, what can we do to make a difference? Well, let me tell you something. As common people, what we can do to reduce corruption in Malaysia. We must understand that a leader can be corrupted only if his followers are ignorant. What I'm trying to say is that corruption in our country is a byproduct of our own ignorance. So first of all, we as common people must always educate ourselves about the government's responsibilities. For us to keep their power in check, we must know what their power is and what can be done with the power. For example, if you are applying for a government contract in an open tender, you must first know on what basis the selection will be done. Once every applicant is completely aware of the basic rules, then there is absolutely no way for bribery or favoritism by any higher authority. Besides that, according to Albert Einstein, the world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. Corruption will only exist as we tolerate it. To fight it, we must call it out as the way it is. For instance, in your daily life, if you see any of your higher officials committing acts like bribery or power abuse, don't be afraid to talk about it and complain it to the rightful authority. If your elected leaders are found to be corrupted, speak against them, sign petitions, hold demonstrations, and force them to resign. If you see corruption and do nothing, it means you are helping it. Finally, the most important step in getting rid of corrupted people in the country is to not to be one. Our society is a combination of multiple individuals like you and me living. So if you don't want to see corruption, then don't do corruption. If you are a police officer, then don't take bribes in roadblocks. If you are a driving inspector, don't take bribes in a driving test. If you are a politician, do not misuse your power for your personal benefits. As per Mahatma Gandhi said, you have to be the change you wish to see in the world. To conclude, I want to convey the message that fighting corruption in Malaysia is every Malaysian citizen's responsibility. Only if we reduce corruption in state level, we can move forward as a nation. If you think COVID-19 is bad, then corruption is worse. To fight it, we all have to come together. May God bless you, may God bless me, may God bless Malaysia. Thank you.